Hey everybody, this is footage from my last trip to Rusty Wessel's house, and he's got a couple koi ponds here that are just breathtaking. In the koi ponds here, I'm trying to show you that he's got some mollies and some swordtails in there with him. They just kind of cohabitate in the ponds. It's pretty awesome. We went up there with my local fish club. We did a special trip up there to tour the fish house. Have a good time with them, and have some barbecue and a little auction and stuff. This is his larger pond. We'll come back to it a little bit later. But we're inside the fish house now, and I apologize for all the glare. But the way that Rusty does his fish house is he doesn't use lights on the tanks. He uses skylights and lots of windows to get the natural lighting so the fish can sense the season change, and the day-night cycle is all natural. And he keeps mostly live bears and cichlids, but there are a few other things that he has. So we'll try to get good enough view to be able to see some of these fish, but the glare does inhibit it some. And it's nice to be able to come to see the fish house when there aren't a lot of people here. With like the ACA or something like that, it's typically packed, but when it's just a small little club coming, I think we had maybe 20 people there, and a few were in the house, a few were at the ponds, a few were in the garage talking, different places. So these are some of my favorites here, and you can see them spawning. It's the Honduran red points, one of the fish species that Rusty discovered. All their little fry. He runs all of his tanks on sponge filters from Swiss Tropicals. He does have an automatic water change system. Look at all those swordtails. He's got some rainbows back here. I was going to go in there and show you the bathroom. He's got a toilet with a fish tank in it, but it was a popular place, and I didn't want to interrupt somebody that may be in there. He has tanks of different sizes. He's got stuff from like the 10s and the 20s that he keeps on the bottom for fry and grow outs, all the way up to, I think he said it was like 230s or 250s, or the ones on top. I don't remember which size they are. He had a Salvini in here that just caught my eye. These big guys over here being active. And then down under this tank here, down here he has a Tanganyikan tank. He's got some gold ocellatus shell dwellers, some Juliachromis. I don't remember what all he did have in there. He's got 4 or 5 species in there, I think. And then over here, Frontosas. I think that was the tank that he had a pretty good sized catfish in. Oh, I love the Denison barbs here all schooling together. You can't tell on the video how large they are. That's a tank that's over 200 gallons, and they're just amazing. And up in here, I think this is the tank with his gars. Yep. There was so much in there that it's hard to just focus on a specific thing. You could sit and just stare at one tank all day long and still see things that you didn't realize were there before. We were looking at one tank, and a large crayfish come crawling out. I would name off all the species, but I don't know all the species. He had some species in there that he wasn't sure of the name of, that they weren't properly identified yet. Some wild Oscars there. Different types of swordtails. I mean, he had multiple varieties of swordtails and platies, and he had some mollies and rainbows and tetras and more cichlids than you could count. I think he said he water changed twice a day, a partial water change, and it's all automatic on a timer type thing. This is kind of the look of one section of the fish house. Not really anybody else in there right now. He's got one of the panels open down there that he was showing us how his water change works. And here we are back out at the large pond. He is going to feed his Fly River turtle. And I learned from this experience, I never thought about it, but the Fly River turtles are vegetarians or herbivores, and so he's got some strawberries up there to feed it. And so he's going through his routine to call the turtle up there. That was just cool to me that he calls the turtle, because currently it's in the very back part of the pond there. And of course all the koi know what's going on, and they want to steal the strawberries. So a couple kids think it's neat, and Rusty offers to let them feed the turtle. So they play with the koi for a few minutes before the turtle gets there. But his tropical species he keeps in the ponds, he will move those back into the fish house when the weather gets a little cooler. But the koi stay outside all winter long. The turtle goes back in. And at the end of the day, we actually caught some of the fish from his fish house and ponds, some of his collection, to be auctioned off to the group. And it was a fun time. Some people went home with fish that there's probably only 5 or 6 people in the country that have them. Alright, so we jumped ahead where the turtle's actually showing up, and just cut a few minutes out of them playing with the koi there. So Rusty's actually trying to ward off the the koi so the turtle can get the strawberries, and trying to help the turtle actually get it. And these young ladies got a real privilege here, whether they know it or not, of petting a fly river turtle. I don't know that many people get that opportunity. Well, and feeding one for that matter. Oh, koi got that one. Well, that's all the strawberries for today, and all the feeding of the turtles and koi and everything. We wrapped up a little after this with some great dinner and an auction, and we'll move into what I picked up at the auction.
Alright, so I've just got in and I've spent the day over at Rusty Wessel's house doing a club event, and I came home with some fish. Yeah, I was in there dipping fish out of Rusty's tanks, and anyways, let's see what I came home with. I'm in this little cooler tote thing because I'm a few hours away from Rusty's house. So let's go in and see. Oh yeah, I got some more of that cobalt food. Let's see what I've got in here. Alright, Xiphophorus milleri. Little fry of the Xiphophorus milleri platy. That is a Caris fish. We'll stick them in that tank. I was going to put guppies in it, but let's take care of some milleri. That's a rare platy that I've been looking for, well, not looking for, but had interest in for a while. Alright, so this is a female Xiphophorus milleri Rio Otapa. So, yeah, swordtail. Real nice wild swordtail that Rusty collected. We'll put it in that tank. What's this? Oh yeah, Honduran red points. Wound up with some little Honduran red point fry. I'll float them in there. I've got a plan for them. So if you don't know the story about the Honduran red point, it is a cichlid in the Amatelania family that Rusty Wessel discovered. Here is a pair of the Xiphophorus milleri Rio Otapa. So let's put the pair with the female to get us a trio. And then I've got some blue marble angels. They're going to go in the 55 for now. But I've got 3 of those. Alright, so I'm going to get these fish put up and we'll check back with you in a minute. Okay, here are the fish in the tanks, and they're all dirtied up and stuff because I pulled the majority of the live plants I had in this one out because I can't reach the bottom of it. So this is the milleri swordtails. They're just kind of hanging out in the corner right now. Just have dropped them in. I put this big artificial plant in there just in case they were to drop fry tonight. But my plan is to either reposition this tank so that I can reach the bottom, or figure out a way to plant it, but it's hard for me to fit in this little hole right here that I've made in its temporary location. So I've got that plant, that artificial plant in there for now. That's what my Calmani's bred in, or not bred in, but the fry hit in a few years back when I had Calmani's. So these swordtails are pretty similar. I moved the live plants over to the 55 here. I've left the little Acara in here for right now, but I gave him a cave to hide in just in case the angels got a little aggressive. And I kind of quickly planted some of the plants in the 55 just to give the angels a little sight break a little bit, just to help reduce some of their stress. And this is kind of a temporary setup because it's late and I just wanted to get them in tanks, and I can adjust them later. The Honduran red points, I said I had something planned for them. They are really small. So I've got them in this hang on the back breeder box on the Moscow Guppy, black Moscow Guppy tank. So the water temperature, filtration, everything will be fine, but they will be contained in this small box here until they can get some size on them. And then here's the Millerai and their 10-gallon tank. I did pick up other non-living things. I got some foods, some let's see, what did I get? I got foods, I got some aquarium gravel, got some like some of the stuff that was in the goodie bags at the Triple Crown. I got some of those in the auction, and a tumbler, a glass tumbler from one of the ACAs. Just different odds and ends, stuff like that, but I'm not unpacking all that tonight. Just get the fish settled, and then tomorrow or whenever I can work on it. And I've been debating on making this a planted tank anyways. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do maybe one of my 55s planted, do it dirted. But for now, this is how they're set up. Still got the hang on the back on the front until I get a sponge dropped in it. And that's the fish. Alright, so I'm gonna get off here, and we'll see you next time. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, you know the deal.